All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the Buck Collectors Club 25-year anniversary celebration. I'd like to ask all the vets to stand for attention. All vets. We thank you for your service. Stay up, vets, if you would. Everybody else, please stand. We're going to do a moment of silence for all of our deceased members. Thank you. Now we're going to have the presentation of colors by the U.S. Air Force Fairchild Honor Guard team.
Coach. Hold. Breathe in. On.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On.
I think we need to start out by expressing our gratitude and appreciation to Buck Knives for their years of support. Chuck, you've been a stalwart and standing behind this club. Award Knives for many, many blade shows, regional shows. CJ coming to speak to us at the Smoky Mountain Rendezvous, talking about your granddad was just awesome. Y'all have been a wonderful company. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your support. Chuck, could you come up? I don't think I need to introduce him, but for anybody who doesn't know, this is Chuck Buck, also known as Lori's husband.
Y'all bow your heads, please. Father, thank you for the opportunity to get together with all these wonderful people. We just pray that you would keep everyone healthy, including me, and everyone in this wonderful club, Lord. Thank you for the blessings that we've had with all of these wonderful people. We pray in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. You have anything you want to say other than that?
Yeah, you still owe me that $20 bill. No, I am glad to be here, and I'm glad Lori's with me. She's usually at home with her great-grandson. So she's with me tonight. We're having a lot of fun building that park, and you probably all have seen it on the computer. We're trying like mad to keep that crazy grass alive until you guys get here. You'll see some brown spots, but they're little love spots. We give it extra water. It still doesn't get green, but it's okay. We're excited to host this, and it should be a lot of fun. We even have bathrooms. Anyway, we're looking forward for you all to be there. Thank you. God bless you.
We made life difficult, but hey, I owe him 20, so. Okay, let's see. We're going to introduce the club officers and board members, and when I call you all's name out, if you'll stand up. We have first off Larry Oden, our club vice president. Go Larry! Pat Donovan, our treasurer. All right, Pat. Our secretary, Russ Donahue. Go Russ! Board member, Brent Schindewolf. Board member, Bruce Dollinger. Board member, Heath Stone. All right, Heath. And our Buck liaison officer, Joe Hauser. Okay, we also have some VIPs in the room, and we're going to get them covered here real quick. Chuck, and Chuck, you were just up, but Lori, could you stand up for everybody? This is Chuck's better half. CJ Buck. And his son Josh Buck. We have Buck COO Phil Duckett. Did Bob George make it in yet? Yeah. Hey, you made it. Bob George, who is the director of sales and marketing. Buck's director of operations, John Renzi. From the finest knife publication in the United States, Steve Shackelford from Blade. Karen Cook, a Buck employee, the secretary. Billy Bates from Buck. Caleb Cooper from Buck. Fred Wilson from Buck a long time ago. Janet Wolf from Buck. Another Buck employee, Randy Fleener. Susan Jensen from Buck. Jerry Hall, also from Buck. Colleen Ames from Buck. Kenny and Susan, is it Grobe or Groby? Okay, Grobe. Janine Huntington, who runs the Buck store for Joe. Gary Alvarado. Go Gary. Joe and not quite here, Marilee Hauser. Michelle Wolf. Brittany Jaleska. Miranda Becker. Randy Johnson. And all these previous people have been from Buck, and the next few are also from Buck. Chad Vineyard. Ashley Shield. Karen and Jesse Hood. Wild Bill Cody. Can you do that again, Bill? Leroy Reamer. Michael and Carolyn Prater. And David Yellowhorse. Hey, Craig Heffelbauer, would you stand up, please? Craig Heffelbauer. I didn't say you were a board member. This is Craig Heffelbauer, our wrist-blowing board member. I apologize, Craig. All right, 120-6513. 513.
Right here.
I've heard the little dance number you're going to do for us is just fantastic. So.
I'll share a quick story. I was just down in Reno. The Boone and Crockett Club every 3 years collects the last 3 years' worth of trophy book records, the animals, and they celebrate them every 3 years. So we were down in Reno at a big drawing, and they were giving away a loopholed scope, really, really nice loopholed scope. And the number was called 0, 4, 2. Yes! I stood up. I walked up onto the stage, collected my prize, went down and sat down, and then somebody comes up from out of the back. It was like a red ticket, not the blue ticket that I had. So it was a completely different, but luckily he did it very nonchalantly. But my table knew. I would just welcome you here. It's been a good 5 years since you were here last. We've made a lot of progress. We've made progress in both the factory, some new equipment, some new machinery, as well as some neat new products. So you guys have lots to see, and it'll be fun walking you around. I'm going to be sharing on Thursday morning a little bit of a seminar on what's new on the horizon. So I look forward to doing that, and just hope you enjoy some nice weather. It's been quite warm for the last month, and now it's cooling down, so it's actually really nice, and you guys get to experience our first rain in a month, I think, and hopefully not on Friday. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's take this time to everybody, if you would, give a round of applause to Details, our event planners, the three ladies in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Our veteran videographer, Eric Jurasin. CJ, you didn't talk long enough. I got some time to fill here. Okay, and while we've got the time to fill, we've got an author here, the first and only author that I've ever known that's written our 25-year history book, Russ Donahue. And so he brought, how many, 164 books? So buy him up, because he'll feel bad if he's not on the #1 New York Times bestseller list. got a lot of knives out there, folks. We got the quilt that Dee Schindelwolf has custom made. It's a one-of-a-kind, never to be made again because some of the T-shirts that we use for it, they're just gone. Got a custom knife raffle out there. We need your support to help fund the club, to build the club, and to continue on. So let those dollars go, and we'll be thankful. And we've still got a few more minutes, Larry, so let's do some more door prizes while we wait for dinner. Okay, folks, this whole event has been a lot of work for a great committee. Larry Oden is the chairman of the 25-year anniversary event committee. I'd like to give him a round of applause and get him to come up and introduce his committee.
We do have a committee that has worked really hard, and I don't know how these events got put on before the days of email. And we made a lot of decisions by email, and the committee worked real hard. Most of the committee work, frankly, got done over a year ago in the planning stage. And I would like you to hold your applause. I'll ask the committee members to stand. And then at the end, please give them all a big hand. First off, Lori Buck. Second, Joe and Marilee Hauser. I see Marilee has slid in and sit down, and she gets to stand up again. Yeah. Craig and Pat Hefferbauer. Brent and Dee Schindelwolf. Russ and Marge Donahue. John and Georgia Forsman. And my lovely bride back home in Indiana with a foot that just underwent surgery named Cheryl. So please give them all a big hand.
All right, and before dinner, there's an award that I'd like to give out, and that's to the person who arrived the latest, and that goes to Marilee Hauser. Please stand up. Come on, you got to stand. One minute to 7. Shall we eat? Let's eat. All right, if I can have everyone's attention now, we're getting to a pretty important part of the evening. We are very blessed to have a featured keynote speaker, the editor of Blade magazine, Steve Shackelford. Steve, could you come on up, please? Larry, can Larry and the whole board come up, officers board? Steve has been instrumental to our club at the Blade Show, gives us 20 tables every year. So we've got a little plaque here for him, and it says, on the occasion of your keynote speech to the Buck Collectors Club to celebrate the club's silver anniversary in Spokane, Valley, Washington, Steve Shackelford, we hereby express our sincere appreciation and deepest gratitude for valued contributions you have made to the BCCI, most particularly for your many years in support of the BCCI appearances at the Blade Show. In recognition of this faithful service to and efforts on behalf of the BCCI, we also commend your long record of distinguished service in organizing, operating the Blade Show, a knife extravaganza we consider to be the best in the world. Presented this day, July 30th, 2013, by the Buck Collectors Club. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And now your speech, sir.
Time for the speech. Well, thank you. This is great. It's a beautiful plaque. I have to read mine from my notes, but it's been fun so far. I hope everybody's having a good time.
I do know, though, if I get into a musical chair competition, I'm not going to play with Wild Bill. Let me begin by wishing you all and the Buck Collectors Club the happiest 25th birthday. And thank you for letting me be your keynote speaker. I'm really honored. Let me see a show of hands. How many of you go to the Blade Show? Okay, that's great. For those who do, you'll remember Mary Lutz. I know how many of you are interested in how she's been doing, and she asked me, or I asked her, to prepare a few words, and here they are. You can tell all the buck collectors that I show off my buck knives all the time, and she puts in parentheses here, I really do, and that I hope to eventually attend a Buck Collectors Club get-together someday. Just a hi from just me will do. I'm busy being a grandma now to the twins and doing therapy visits to the Wisconsin Veterans Home with my German Shepherd. She still works with F&W Media. She places ads with the different magazines. And I talk to her from time to time. I'll email her, talk to her on the phone. And just so you know, she's still the same old Mary. I went up there last year. We had a Blade business meeting, and all the employees brought a lot of food and desserts and all that. We really had a good time. We had trivia contests and speed contests on who could stuff a bug-out bag the fastest and that kind of thing. And we split up into two-person teams, and I was on Mary's team. So, and I won a jersey. She didn't win anything. But I also visited her house. She's got a beautiful house. She and her husband, Jeff, he has a 2-floor workshop right behind the house. It's really almost as big as the house. And while I was there, he had just made a beautiful wooden sailboat and shellacked it, and it was really nice. He's a very talented woodcrafter, but I thought y'all would just want to know how Mary's doing. I know y'all like her so much, but you probably heard it here before, but it's true today as it was when I started with Blade in 1985. Collectors are the life's blood of the knife industry. And few, if any, brands enjoy and benefit from the support of such a loyal band of collectors as Buck Knives does with the Buck Collectors Club. There are other knife clubs, but I don't know of any that seem to genuinely enjoy both each other and the knives the way that y'all do. Your collection displays that I have seen at the Blade Show detail a bit of Buck Knives history through the eyes of each of you. Each collection is a miniature museum of a segment of Buck knife history, a history that Buck could not have accomplished without your help. As a result, through each of you and the collections you display at the Blade Show and other knife shows, Buck has an individual museum curator of segments of Buck history. That is a public relations bonanza few, if any, knife company enjoys. Time for another show of hands. How many of you have won collection display awards at the Blade Show? Okay, that's pretty good. From Larry Oden's Buck factory production knives of the 1960s, to Gene Merritt's Buck Yellow Horse the first 25 years, to Jim Holbrook's Buck Duke Model 500 collection, all of which won display awards at the last Blade Show, to the collections of each one of you. All are most entertaining, educational examples of Buck Knives, its rich history, and the fascinating people that have played such a large part in its success. At the same time, the roles Chuck and CJ play in supporting your efforts has been a key to your success as well. Your outstanding newsletter with Chuck's and CJ's columns leading it off each issue is yet another way to keep you all connected in between knife shows. One of the cool things about thriving for a quarter of a century is that you have created a running history of your own members through your newsletter and your collections. I have seen your collections that have paid tribute to some of your leading members who are no longer with us, such as Vern Taylor and Paul Lentz. And of course, celebrating Buck celebrities such as Wild Bill Musical Chairs Cody, David Yellowhorse, and others through themed collections is another way of promoting Buck Knives and the Buck Collectors Club. These collections serve as a running commentary on your club's history and help cement your club's position as a significant knife entity of its own. There are more Buck knife collections at the Blade Show than any other knife brand or any other type of knife, period. It's not that we planned it that way. It's just that you guys took the initiative and bring your collections each year. We know it's a lot of work for you, but I know our show patrons enjoy your collections and get ideas for collections of them of their own from them. Thank you all for what you have done for the Blade Show and the hobby of collecting in general. It is clubs such as yours that play a key role in sustaining all genres of knife collecting, and as a result, the knife industry. One more show of hands, please. How many of you will be at the Blade Show next year? Me too. I'll see you there. Thank you.
Bob, now would be a good time for you to come up. You had a few things to announce.
First off, I want to thank Mayor Lee for coming in last, because I would have been the person if you hadn't come in, so thank you very much. Quite a few of you were there in Atlanta when I spoke to you about the Discovery Channel coming in for this event. The Discovery Channel contacted me approximately 8-9 months ago, and they have a TV show called Manufactured. And they were very interested in coming in and exploring the story of Buck knives and the history and the tradition and everything. And they were trying to determine when a good time to come here would be. And I told them about the event that you have had scheduled now for, how long has this been scheduled?
A couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 2 years. And no one that works with Buck knives has the passion or the commitment or the love that the Collector Club members have. And everyone here at Buck Knives thanks you for that. I think this will be a great opportunity for the Discovery Channel to capture that, and they're very excited about doing it. A couple things I do want to cover with you. One, the Discovery Channel will be here on Thursday at the factory and Friday at Chuck's and Lori's home, filming some of the process of the picnic and all that kind of thing. At the factory on Thursday, if you want any chance of being on film, do not wear any shirts with any logos or any identification other than Buck Knives. If you have something that has a Nike logo, or the shirt I have right now has Under Armour on it, if I didn't have this Buck, it couldn't be on the show. So just be aware of that, please. Also, I did want to let you know we've got, I'm sorry? Yeah, there you go. Chuck said, we got shirts in the company store. Chuck generously has given you a discount, so there you go. Thursday, you wear blue. No, I'm just kidding you. So we're excited to have them there. They're very excited to be part of this. We are going to do a press release to all the outdoor media channels, basically talking about the event this week with the Collectors Club. We're very excited to have you all back and look forward to a very successful week. And then last, I did want to cover with you, we have some of our team that is at the Outdoor Retailer Show in Salt Lake City that is running concurrent to this event. Stephanie Young, who's our marketing communications manager, she's down there. She wishes she was here. and I do too, because a lot of stuff I've had to do, she would have been doing, but that's a different story. Bill Keys, who's our general manager of operations at the plant there, he's down there as well. Joe Piedmont, who quite a few of you have met, our product manager in Atlanta. I would love to have had him be here. Unfortunately, he's down there. Chris Barassa, who's our national sales manager, is down there, and also Justin Buck. But on behalf of everyone at Buck Knives, we welcome you. We hope you have a great week, and thanks for coming.
I may have led a sheltered life, but I've never personally known an author before until Russ Donahue came along. 5 years ago, Russ approached me with a thought, and he said, we need a history book on the Buck Collectors Club. And he baited me. He knew I was going to ask him, and he said it anyway. Russ, could you come up here for a minute? I want to shake your hand, the first author I've ever known, and I want to thank you for all the hard work you've done. It's incredible. Marge, right there with you, I know. We can't thank you enough. We'll try to give you that money that you asked for, but I don't know if we can. But we do have something for you, and we'd like you to accept this as a gift from us.
Oh, boy. You wondered why I was buying 5 books today.
I did.
And one of them I did not want you to sign.
That's true.
So we did a little fast display case this afternoon after I walked away with one of the books.
Great.
And you will find here 2 models that you have a little affinity for. A 704 from the custom shop and a 709 that was a gift to me from Eugene Shoemaker.
Oh, cool.
This one is from John. So
This John?
that's right. So you have 2 very valuable buck knives from 2 friends that think an awful lot of you and appreciate all that you've done.
Well done.
Larry wants his knife back after this, but you can have mine, okay? Stay here, Larry. And if you can put that down, Russ, I'd like for the whole board to come up for the next presentations. This is a special time right now in this banquet. We're going to induct some members into our Hall of Fame. One of our members just passed this year. His name was Jerry Bodner. I've known Jerry for a lot of years. He's donated knives to this club, miniature knives. We've got some out on the table that will be raffling off at the knife swap on Thursday night. So even after he's passed, he's continued to raise money for us. But in recognition of his faithful service and efforts on behalf of the BCCI, including his unselfish contribution of time and talents, Jerry Bodner is posthumously inducted as a member into the Buck Collectors Club Hall of Fame. As a life member of the BCCI, as well as an outstanding miniature knife builder, Jerry tirelessly crafted outstanding miniature buck knives and donated them to the BCCI to be used for club fundraising efforts. These knives have earned literally thousands of dollars over the many years they have been offered. Jerry also coordinated knife shows in the Louisville, Kentucky area, and he always went out of his way to provide table space and welcome the BCCI member displayers. His heart for our club and for our hobby make Jerry's selection an easy choice. As Jerry's health deteriorated, he understood his strength and ability to endure the tedious effort of building miniatures was waning. Because he cared so greatly for this organization, Jerry somehow managed to produce a small quantity of buck miniatures and donated them to the club in order to do as much as possible for the club while he still had the stamina. A few fortunate club members were still able to obtain one of these outstanding creations from this small stockpile. Many club members proudly wear or display Jerry's outstanding work, and his memory will live on as we exhibit his artistry. To Jerry, we posthumously offer a hearty thank you for all of your efforts on behalf of the Buck Collectors Club. You are a worthy recipient of membership in the BCCI Hall of Fame. We've got a nice plaque here, and we'll send this to his widow, Frida. Chuck, could you come up, please? Would you like to do both?
Sure. All right.
Yes, yeah, let's do Jane first.
Well, I get the privilege of reading. Jane Davey was my secretary for years. She was quite capable. She did everything I needed. Maybe I should just go ahead and read this instead of ramble. In recognition of her faithful service to and efforts on behalf of the BCCI, including her unselfish contribution of time and talents, Jane Davey is inducted as a member into the Buck Collectors Club Hall of Fame. As the Buck Knives executive secretary during the company sponsorship era of the club, much of the member record keeping and communication was assigned to Jane, and she handled each member transaction with grace and accuracy. Her servant's heart and smiling face was especially in evidence as she assisted the club during the transition period from Buck Knives sponsorship to BCCI autonomy. Club officer inquiries about any member particulars were always met with kindness and efficiency, and it was obvious that Jane Davey was a woman who took her responsibility seriously while demonstrating a joyful spirit. During the planning for the BCCI 15-year anniversary celebration in El Cajon in 2003, Jane effectively served as the de facto event planner, arranging the catered banquet meal and helping the event committee put every detail in place at the Buck Knives facility. The event went off without a hitch, largely because Jane took care of almost everything at the California end. Jane's extensive efforts on behalf of the club make this selection an easy choice. To Jane, we offer a hearty thank you for all of your efforts on behalf of the Buck Collector Club. You are a worthy recipient of membership in the BCCI Hall of Fame. So, there we go.
And we have a plaque for Jane.
Okay.
We will send her.
Okay.
Jane couldn't be with us tonight. Her mother is, her health is failing,
Yeah,
and Jane goes up to upstate New York frequently to visit her, and you know, family's more important than coming here for this. So
Yeah.
that's another testament to Jane.
Yes. I want you to know, too, that Jane found, what was your name?
Karen.
I'm just kidding. Karen Cook. She is my secretary and doing a fabulous job. Not to take anything away from Jane, you guys got along so well, and the transition was so smooth. I thank you for taking care of me now. Thank you. Karen Cook, sweet lady. Okay, Fred Wilson. Where's Fred? Is Fred here? In recognition,
Come on up,
why don't
Fred.
you come on up? What? Come on up here. Why don't you come on this side, over here?
I can stand as close to the podium as you can.
Fred Wilson is probably the funniest guy in the world. Okay, here we go. Buck Collectors Club Hall of Fame. In recognition of his faithful service to and efforts on behalf of the BCCI, including his unselfish contribution of time and talents, Fred Wilson is inducted as a member into the Buck Collectors Club Hall of Fame. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. As club administrator during the Buck Knives sponsorship era of the club, Fred's management skills and winning personality helped grow the club. His ability to serve as an effective liaison between the club member advisory board and the Buck Knives management helped two separate entities stay unified. Fred was instrumental in organizing the club's blade show appearances and member displays, while his presence at the various club shows was always a steadying influence. Fred's contributions to the club were not limited only to managerial or advisory functions. He was constantly serving the club membership by answering collectors' specific buck knife questions, writing newsletter columns, and selecting the annual club knife offerings. Fred also organized and hosted the club's 10-year anniversary celebration in El Cajon. His leadership role in this first major club event became the launching point for subsequent club celebrations. While later event organizers had the benefit of a template to follow, Fred blazed the trail on his own. Where we stand today is a direct result of Fred's foundational handiwork. Fred's extensive effort on behalf of the club make this selection an easy choice. To Fred, we offer a hearty thank you for all of your efforts on behalf of the Buck Collectors Club. You are a worthy recipient of membership in the BCCI Hall of Fame. Congratulations, man. That's so cool.
Fred, would you like to speak? I don't see where you have too much choice.
What I'd like to do first is breathe. You know, the first time I went to the Blade Show, there were 6 people showed up that had displays. From that point on, the Collectors Club, as I saw it, was a gathering of people who genuinely cared about each other, cared about the company. For myself, you know, they looked at the products, they looked at the people that made them, and they cared. What a compliment, you know? They cared what we did. I can't imagine how proud Chuck is, but as an employee, that'd get you here. For people who don't know us, care what we do. That's a really good feeling. And I can tell you that if Paul Lentz, Shoemaker, Ernie Logan, Judy and Murray, if they were here, they'd be busting their britches looking at what's taking place here. They were true pioneers. They were wonderful people. When people would come by and look at their collections, boy, they'd grab them, show them what they had. They were genuinely proud of what they were doing. They were proud of what we had there. It was quite an experience to be part of that. This is a tribute to everyone who likes our products. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
Gene, can you come on up here a minute, please? Yeah, that's right.
Don't forget to look out on our table outside. We have a beautiful set of collaborations from Wild Bill, David Yellowhorse. And we do have a little bit of a break for you if you get them here at the show. I can tell them that, okay?
That's right. Yep.
Mr. Yellowhorse. Didn't notice. Yes, sir. Yeah. Can you read it, Gene? Tears coming down.
In recognition of his faithful service to and efforts on behalf of the BCCI, including his unselfish contributions of time and talents, David Yellowhorse is inducted as a member into the Buck Collectors Club Hall of Fame. As a life member of the BCCI, David has produced many members-only Buck Yellowhorse limited edition knives to assist club fundraising, and he travels across the USA promoting the club. His many contributions to fundraising for the BCCI and his educational seminars at club functions make this selection an easy choice. David Yellowhorse continues to help the club promote the collecting and display of Buck knives. Though not as old as the Buck Knives Company, David's progress in the knife industry has paralleled the company's growth as he has built his business, promoted his innovative channel inlay artistry, and supported the BCCI with historical information, club promotions, and fundraising. David's passion for the buck knife as a medium to express his Navajo culture has created another area of interest for collectors of buck knives and Native American artwork. David initially used a Buck Model 112 as an everyday tool in his Navajo jewelry business. One day, he accidentally broke the Macassar ebony handle and was somehow inspired to repair it using leftover stones from his jewelry business. Later, when his customers saw the results of this innovative channel inlay artistry, they wanted such a knife. Suddenly, a brand new path had opened for David's talents. This unforeseen success eventually led to David's association with Al Buck of Buck Knives and ultimately with the BCCI. Further enhancements of assorted buck models continue to grow his business, and collectors from around the world delight in David's artistry and knives. David educates and entertains club members at our anniversary celebrations, at various knife events, and at numerous knife shows, adding greatly to the club membership value. His support of the club's fundraising has helped build the club financially and has been a tremendous blessing over the many years. David's demonstrations of handle inlay cutouts would appear to be done with great ease. It is not until one is humbled trying to duplicate his actions that understanding of the genius and skill behind the wonderful artistry sinks in. And plus, you're a darn good storyteller. To David, we offer a hearty thank you for all your efforts on behalf of the Buck Collectors Club. You are a worthy recipient of membership in the BCCI Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. We appreciate you.
I want to say a couple of words, add a little to that. The accident part that he talked about really wasn't an accident. It's supposed to be this way, I think. Didn't realize at the time. When I first started making jewelry, I was 15 years old, doing it for a living. And boy, I didn't know if I'd ever put any beans on a table. But one thing for sure, I loved what I was doing. Nothing else mattered to me. So I appreciate everybody. Fred Wilson, guy
when he's up there, Jane Davey, Chuck, everybody, John Renzi, Bill Bates. There's so many times we had together. I talk to even people aren't even here anymore. I still associate with a lot of older Buck people. Some of the forerunners that I remember the most is Vern Taylor. I think he would be really, if he was here, he'd be amazed. Vern really helped put this together. Steve Shackelford, his effort in the knife industry has been beyond what you can say, about his efforts. Everyone involved in this whole room, I really appreciate you all, and thank you so much for the award.
While we're doing awards, Chuck, can I get you to stand up one more time? Well, I'm hoping that you'll forgive me that $20 I owe you. But the club would like to present you with one of our new belt buckles. I'll meet you halfway since I gave you that 20. That's from the BCCI. We thank you and hope you'll...
Just wanted to mention the gentleman that was just up here, Dave Yellowhorse. Dave, I don't know if you remember when you called me, you said, Mr. Buck, I'm trying to, I'm buying your knives and I'm fixing and selling. They're selling in a lot of the shops. And he says, could I just buy them wholesale without handles? And I says, well, I never heard of you. How good are you? And you said, I'll send you one. And that's all I needed. God bless you, man.
Joe, do you want to give some instructions about things that we need to know for this week?
Yeah, I had actually prepared a list of special announcements, and it's at Buck Knives on my desk. But I do remember one of them, though. It was pretty important. I didn't even know this, but if you were to take a flash picture in the laser room, you could cause tens of thousands of dollars of damage, I believe. Yeah, the tour is going to go into the laser room. No flash photography in there. We've got an enhanced tour ready for you over the next couple of days. We have specialists in each area that they'll have a little speech prepared for you and be able to answer some questions. So we're hoping that you look forward to that. That was the only announcement I could remember. We do have some very special build-outs that we made specifically for this group, and they're going to be available in the store. The store hours will open at 7:30 in the morning. These knives are in limited supply, so if you've been to a blade show, you know how we've done drawings for knives, maybe where there's only a few of them, where you actually have a ticket, you put it in the cup, and that gives you a chance at being able to purchase that knife. So we've got a similar system set up. Janine and her ladies have been setting that up the last week in the store. So make sure you take a look at those knives. We've got some really good ones. We learned from the 20-year event, we had some real popular models, and we've kind of replicated those with some minor changes. So make sure you check those out.
I do want to tell you about the seminar schedule and the leaders. Buck Special Projects Basics will be taught by John Hunt, and that starts tomorrow morning at 8:30 on the second floor. All of Buck, all of the seminars will be in the same room. Seminar 2 is Pre-Factory and 100 Series Buck Knives. And I just noticed today, I think I read this thing 50 times, and I'm sorry for the typo. It says 110 Series Buck Knives, but it's Pre-Factory and 100 Series Buck Knives, and Heath Stone will be giving that seminar. Seminar 3 is Knife Collection Record Keeping by Craig Heffelbauer. Even if you're not interested in keeping records of your knives, although you should be, come to the seminar because Craig Heffelbauer's seminars are funny and worth it no matter what he's teaching. Seminar 4 will be a real favorite every time, and that is the Yellow Horse Seminar. And Gene and Dave always do a fantastic job. And now that he's in the Club Hall of Fame, his seminars will be even more valuable. Right, Dave? Okay. Seminar 5, What is on the Horizon at Buck Knives? That'll be CJ, and CJ will tell us all the secrets, and then he will have a sign in blood that we will not reveal them, or something along that sort. Actually, he did that at the Smoky Mountain event, and we asked everyone to keep some of the confidential things that he probably shouldn't have told us under their hat, and it never caused a problem. It didn't get out of there, did it, CJ?
No problem about it.
We even, some of it, we took out of the DVD so that competitors would not find out about it. So we did do that, and then we trusted everyone to keep their lips zipped, and everyone did, apparently. Buck Customs is another always popular seminar, and it will be led by John Forsman, Leroy Reamer, and Wild Bill Cody. That's an act. Seminar 7 on knife photography is Craig Heffelbauer again. And if anyone can make cameras fun and funny, it's Craig, so don't miss that one. Seminar 8, Use of Advertising and Literature. Joe and I are going to do that in a team effort, and I think you'll enjoy getting a bunch of free literature and see how you can learn about collecting and about Buck Knives history and all sorts of things. Little things that you probably would never have thought of. Seminar 9 will be by Rich Nyman on Friday morning, Buckmaster M9 Buck Tacticals. And Karen Hood is going to close out our seminar schedule on Friday morning with a buck knife survival seminar. Those will be a lot of fun.
Hi, folks. We're drawing down to a close now. We're going to do a group picture. If you go out the exit door to the left and make a left, or behind the exit door to the behind, and then make a left. We're going on the other side of the dividers here. Once we exit the room, the color guard will undo, what's the right word for the flags? They'll retire the flags. So we need to do this kind of quickly and orderly so they can get on home. We'll go out the back door, take a left, and we'll go have our pictures made. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your evening.